there's a massive update hitting Super People. Movement speed buff, removal of crafting system, complete skill revamp. Let's go over everything you need to know that's to come in the Super People Revolution update. Hello, my name is Majora. I'm top ranked in FPP and Super People and have logged over 500 hours. Yesterday, Super People dropped an overview on pretty much everything going on their update on December 11th, 9 p.m. PST. We are going to go over everything you need to know to be ready, as well as my thoughts on some of these changes. If you're curious on anything in particular, you can go down below and look at the timestamps and either rewind or fast forward to anything that you want to know specifically. I would also like to mention that anything you see in this video is subject to change as they haven't updated. So until then, we won't know exactly what's going to happen. Their first objective of this patch was to increase the overall pace of the game, which comes with movement speed buff, decreased landing animations, faster vaulting, as well as a new and improved slide. They also said that they will increase the storm damage, speed, and size. They did say this in a Q&A. They haven't told us exactly how they are going to do that yet, although they are going to release that shortly. So when that comes out, I will post it down in the description below so you can view their changes on the storm. Since we're on the topic of increasing the pace of the game, they are completely removing the crafting system. Gone. No more crafting. That means they are decreasing the amount of tiers of armor, as you can see on screen, and also decreasing the tiers of weapons. So instead of having your common and green weapons and armor, you will then start with rare and go up from there. Although this was one of the more unique and I thought simple crafting systems I've seen in a BR, and I was sad to see it go. After more thought, it will take away some of the aspects of the game that I thought I liked more than I actually do, the crafting. They actually stated that it is unfortunate when someone joins the game, lands, and spends, 5-6 minutes going around crafting all their gear just to die in 30 seconds. So they are getting rid of the crafting system altogether, and that way you don't spend all your time looking for those crafting mats and can get right into fights. Also, don't fret, one of my more worrying things, or things that I actually wanted to happen with this update when I heard of it, is I was hoping that they would buff the care packages. Now, we did learn yesterday they are going to buff the care packages and guarantee good loot when you get those care packages, which means if you get those care package, theoretically, you should be able to still have that level 4, level 5 armor, those good guns when you do get towards that end game. Now, that brings us to a pretty big change. The current max level right now is 27, and the new level after the update is going to be 12. Now, this means you will be spawning with all of your active skills minus your ult, as you will have to get one extra level to be able to unlock your ult. The current kill bonus you can get right now is 1, max of 1. They are actually upping that to have a kill bonus of 3. So that means 3 kills, 3 levels. The pills, they're getting rid of the colored pills. You're only going to have white pills and gold pills, and those will give you 1 level and 2 levels respectively. I was a little worried about this at first, as I was worried that, you're going to spawn in, everyone's going to have their skills, it's going to be a massive destruction. After going over the class skills and their levels and what you get for the levels, it does seem they're going to be very carefully managing what you can get early, so that way there's not dominant ults at the very beginning of the game. I do think this is actually a very cool aspect that they're going to do as well, because those early ults coming off of a pill or coming out of a kill means people are going to be hunting those kills a lot faster at the very beginning of the match, instead of looking for weapons or crafting. You're going to be hunting those kills more, which I'm more of a fast-paced player. I do like to hop in and go getting those kills, and so especially they haven't really mentioned the survival bonuses, so if they do get rid of those, or even if those are later in the game, you're still going to want to get those pills and those kills very early on. They are also getting rid of the find materials, as there's no crafting, and they're replacing it with the find pills. So those pills will pop up on everyone's map, and people will be running for those pills and running for those kills. Bars. That's going to bring us into the class changes. Now, this is a very big. This is probably going to be one of the more longer parts of the video. So if you need to rewind, if you need to pause, feel free and do so. I will be trying to go over in depth as much as I can to any class, while also keeping this video short and tidy. Hey guys, quick interruption. I just want to let you guys know I do stream Super People live Monday through Saturday. If you wanted to check out my live streams, as well as maybe you get an update on my schedule, you can check the links in the description for my Twitch or my other social medias where I do post schedules of when I'm going to be live. Back to the video. Okay, so now we get into the class system, and this is going to be completely new and one of the bigger changes. So if you need to rewind or you have a class you want to look at, you can pause and you can look at these changes. I will also link this link that I'm using right now in the description, and so that way you can click and view it on your own time as well. Gatling Soldier. Each class is going to have an ultimate, an active, a unique perk, and 2 other passives. With the Gatling, you're going to still have your dodge roll, you're going to still have your tracers, and you're still going to have your forward defense. All the other skills are completely out, completely gone. It seems they are also keeping the smart bullet perks, and they're making this a Gatling Soldier special, which is the smart bullets were basically the curving bullets to your target. I was a little surprised to see they kept that perk in the game, and they not only kept it, but they made it a soldier specific or class specific perk. But nonetheless, I think Gatling Soldier did get a lot of the things they wanted. I think Gatling Soldier is going to go flying now with that new slide and that roll. It's going to be very fun to see. I'm interested to see whether these classes that increase their damage, how much it's increased, or if it's just to the max what we know now. We got the Shotgun Master. Shotgun Master still has his knockback with his shotgun under the specialty perk right here. They still have their super jump. I wish they included the cooldowns on these, although with some of the classes we did get to see the cooldowns, and I will include those and let you know what those are when we get to them. You're going to have your active tank shotgun mode for a certain period of time. You're going to have your impact flashbang, and you're going to have your flash reload for your shotguns. They did get rid of the extra ammo. You gain HP for a certain amount of time when you jump now. And your landing is actually, the landing perk is actually going to, seems it comes on the level 3 of your ultimate. And then we got Strike Force. Strike Force, you're going to have the unique perk Airwalk. So that's going to mean you're still going to be able to jump higher, still going to be able to fly farther. And your ultimate at level 1 is going to be gain extreme movement speed. That's your basic ult. And you're going to get bonus speed and cancel landing animation when jumping. I am interested to see if you are now going to get a landing animation on your level 1 ult. This is an example of what I think they're trying to do. This is not, when you get your ult early, they're going to nerf it to what it is now, so that way it's not OP or broken, which is nice to see. You're also going to gain bonus damage and defense on level 3. You are going to you're getting a brave assault active skill, which is going to provide bonus movement speed to all your allies. I will show you what that looks like in the background. And bulletproof shield, still going to have your shield when you get shot, and you're still going to have your last hitting round. So they are getting rid of rapid fire per se, and you know, all the other skills. I did get a sneak peek in the stream, which I will also link in the description, although it's in Korean. So if you don't speak Korean, that is why, part of the reason why I'm doing this video. That the ultimate seemed to be 50 seconds. So that is a lot quicker than it was before, and I think Strike Force might be moved up a notch in the tier list. And now we got Sniper. Sniper is going to get your defensive aiming special perk. They are going to get their ghillie suit now is going to come in the form of their ult on the level 3 version. They're going to get bonus deadeye damage on level 2. And then, of course, you're going to have your airstrike and your amplifier still, and your steady shot sniper, I think, got a lot of their good skills. They kept a lot of their good skills. And now we head over to Seeker. Seeker has the landing zone scan as their unique perk. They now get a little HP boost on their quick slide when it reaches level 3, and a little bit of cooldown reduction when it reaches level 2. And they keep their heartbeat sensor, the hostiles detected, and they also keep their Molotov trap. Pretty standard here, what I thought I would be looking at with Seeker, although the movement, HP temporarily after quick slide, is going to be very interesting. All right, we also now have Gas Soldier. Gas Soldier is keeping their unique perk as chemical rounds. They are still going to have their fireball, and they're going to actually get reduced cooldown and bonus range on the level 2 and 3. Again, very interested to see if that bonus distance and bonus damage is just getting to where we're at now, or it's actually going to surpass the damage we have now. Quite frankly, I really hope it's not surpassing the damage and the range we have now, because I think the fireball is already you can go pretty far, and it's pretty high damage. You're also keeping your toxic smoke grenades, your fuel booster, and your gas mask to make you immune to that toxic damage. And now we have Marine. A lot of people were saying they got rid of camaraderie. In fact, they did not get rid of camaraderie. Camaraderie is their unique perk, and you can see it right here. Since they get this at the very beginning, I wouldn't say worried, but you can't see a level on the Comrade. So I think Marine right now is currently too strong, and camaraderie is part of that. So having your camaraderie right off the gate, and then also getting your fog of war right off the gate, pretty much, I think Marine might be more of a hassle to deal with. So we might see some tuning on him after this update. But you also get your C4, you get your amphibious assault, and you get your silencer upgrade. So overall, going to be a big damaging class. It's got a damage bonus, and it's got, you know, the camaraderie right off the rip. Your ult is going to have Fog of War at level 1, reduced cooldown and bonus damage in the fog, and more reduced cooldown and more damage in the fog. So it seems they're actually kind of making this a little bit more aggressive than it already is. Teleporter, we are keeping the one shot, one kill perk, and that's going to be the unique perk for the teleporter class. The level 1, 2, and 3 on the ult is going to be, level 2 is going to be bonus range, decreased cooldown, and more bonus range and decreased cooldown. Again, another one I'm interested to see if they're going to be able to teleport even farther than they are now. Teleporter also got a unique little buff on their tomahawk, as it seems, based on the video that is showing right now, it seems it actually does a lot more damage, and it also knocks back, or does a little knockback. I think that's going to be very fun to use. They are acquiring a perk that the nuclear previously had, spatial awareness. I think that's a great perk to add to the teleporter, and they are also keeping quick fix. So overall, still a really great class. SWAT gets an advanced parkour as their unique perk. They get their blackout still. They're going to have reduced cooldown for the level 2 and level 3. So their cooldowns are going to be faster, or the same that they are. We don't know. I wish they had numbers on these. You're going to be keeping close range defense, which now also affects allies. So if you're going to storm a building, you can pop that and your whole team can storm the building. I think that's a cool active. You're going to still have your urban warfare, and you're still going to have your close combat training. So those are the perks that the SWATs keep. Firearms expert, the most controversial class that we have right now. Firearms expert is keeping quick aim as a unique perk, and the ult is going to have reduced cooldown at level 2 and defenses for all your allies for level 3. Tactical reload is turning into a new skill, which is going to increase damage for nearby allies, as well as increasing your reload speed. They are keeping mix and match and cover fire. Now, there's been a lot of talk about the firearms needing a nerf, and a lot of hope that the firearms is going to be nerfed in this patch. Based on this info, this is going to be the strongest class by far. Unless they are changing the way the ultimate works, they still have all the damage perks that they needed from the last patch, minus the specialized weapon, and now they also can give damage and defenses to their teammates. So a little bit disappointed with how this one looks on paper, but interested to see if they change the ult, and maybe the ult has a 4-minute cooldown, you know. Then I could see, you know, Firearms Expert having this damage. I personally think if Firearms are going to have this much damage, they need to just get rid of the ult altogether, and that is your ultimate. It's a passive ultimate. You have more damage. You are a Firearms Expert. But enough about Firearms Expert. I feel like I've talked Firearms Expert to death over the past couple months. And on to Nuclear. Nuclear's unique perk is going to be Quick March. You're still going to be able to move fast. Love that. Quick March is one of my, I love using Quick March. You're going to have your RPG as your active, Firewall, and Weaving. And your Tactical Nuke over levels is just going to get more damage. So no increased size, none of that. We're just going more damage level 2, more damage level 3. Driver, this is my main. And I can tell you, I've looked over this. I'm very excited with what they have done. I was a little worried about them removing some of the skills. Although, as you can see here, they don't have the glass protection, which made your defenses a little bit higher in the car, which made it bearable when you're getting shot at. So not having that, I'm interested to see if they made little buffs to the car to kind of like compensate for that. But we're going to get increased cooldown or decreased cooldown when we get our ult to level 2 and 3, which also could be a quality of life change, unless it's just the same cooldown. We're going to keep our nitro, and we're still going to be able to detonate it. Explosive resistance, receive less damage to explosive damage. We're still keeping that, and we're going to keep our mounted combat, which is one of the biggest ones I was worried about losing. Stuntman is our unique perk. I imagine that's like the key, level 2 key. I'm interested to see it says Stuntman though. It doesn't say Stuntmen, so I don't know if our teammates are going to be able to also have that get out of the vehicle for free card. Now I hope they do, because that was one of the more fun parts. I can't imagine they take that away, but we'll have to see. Titan and Demolisher. I don't know much about Titan and Demolisher, so we're just going to go over these real quick. Again, I'll leave the link in the description if you want to go check it out on your own. But we got Steel Armory for the unique perk, more cooldowns for 2 and 3 ult. Titan Aegis is going to be basically the same one where you push right now currently. And then you have your Bio Bulwark, grants HP to all allies. Kind of cool that it seems like it's a passive now, not an active. That's a bonus. And your Infernal Behemoth, which is your immunity and increased damage while on fire. Demolisher, our unique perk is going to be Radial Sensor. And we are going to get more shoulder launcher damage over level 2 and 3. At the moment, I think this is a shout out to the devs if they're watching in. I am 90% sure the shoulder launcher is bugged. Hopefully that gets fixed, as I have a clip that I will play right now that shows you can't actually do damage with it if it's over that 25 meters. I know this is on a teammate, but I've actually tanked a lot of shoulder launcher bullets from afar. There's nowhere that says there's a certain range, so I don't know if that's intended. Please let me know in the comments if you've discovered this. I've also noticed this, because it does say that it is getting damaged in the indicator on the top right, but there is no damage happening. We're going to keep siege mode as our active, and we're going to have our bomb delivery. Bomb delivery is also getting a little rework, so it'll be easier to control. Looks like it's a little faster too, so you might actually be able to use the thing. And AP ammunition, which gains bonus damage against the durability of your opponent's armor. All right, overall, those are all the class changes. Hopefully I went over them well enough. Again, the link is in the comments if I didn't. Okay. Now this is a heated one, and one that I am personally very skeptical about. They are adding HP bars to enemies when you hit them. It's as of right now, you can see video on the screen of what that looks like currently. Now they did mention in a Q&A that they will be monitoring it very closely to see how it works and see if players like it. I personally think adding the HP bars is very strange in a BR, as you know, let me paint you a picture. You're fighting somebody, right? You wipe that team. Your team's low all around, you know, the same area. Your enemy throws a C4 and it hits all of you guys, and bam, all your HP bars come up with information they shouldn't have known, and they now know you're all very low HP. They push and you die. That is one of the fears I have for this HP bar popping up. Although it seems that currently, based on the videos we've seen and they've showed us, that if you're not aiming in, the HP bar doesn't show up. So in that case, maybe the explosives won't actually do that, and therefore maybe the HP bars will, you know, maybe I can deal with them. As of right now, it's still a very scary topic and a very controversial topic, and we'll have to wait and see how everyone likes it. Another very controversial topic is the game modes. They are getting rid of duos and squads, and instead they are adding trios, and these are going to be the main game modes of the game. I think that this may be a very good change, although this change has happened in the past when they took away duos, squads, and added solos, trios, and a lot of people quit the game because of it. Now, for me, I think the game is supposed to be played in trios. I know, hot take. So getting rid of duos and replacing with trios, I think it's a very happy medium between the squads and duos. Obviously, it's right in the middle. I also think currently the player base is very affected by having duos, solos, and squads. And then you also have the TPP or FPP counterpart. So that's 6 different modes people can be queuing. And I just don't think the player base is really ready for 6 different modes. I think shorten it down to 4 different good modes with the solos and trios with their counterparts is going to be a very big step in the right direction for retaining player base. Let me know in the comments what you think about these changes. I'm very interested to see what the community thinks about losing duos and squads in turn for trios. Okay, now that we're out of the neck of the woods, I'm going to skim through the next few updates as they're not game changing. We've got through all the game changing updates that we know, and we are going to go on to some more of the laid back changes, starting with new zones. They did say in a Q&A that they are not looking on adding a map right now. They are just going to continue adding or changing zones in the current map, which I think is a step in the right direction, as it creates very clear expectations of what we can expect. I saw this in Fortnite. Fortnite did this for a long time. They just kept the same map and changed spots. I think that's a very good direction for BR because it keeps the familiarity. Yeah, that's how you say that. As far as what I think about the POIs that they're adding, it's hard to tell if it's going to be a new island. It is called Orb Island. It's hard to tell if it's going to be a new island or it's going to replace something currently on the map. It's also hard to tell if these 2 new locations, 3 new locations, or areas that they've showed us are all on the same Orb Island or same place, or maybe these mines are connected to this nuclear vault. It's hard to tell, but I do like the way they look aesthetically. I am worried that they might just become a place where people don't really land and it's a place where people hide instead. But we'll wait to see. I can't wait to land there regardless. And last but not least, we are getting into Battle Pass. I can't say new Battle Pass because it's our only Battle Pass. But we are getting a Battle Pass. On the screen are what you can expect to receive from the Battle Pass. And then we are also getting emotes in those Battle Pass. And on the screen is also those emotes. I am curious to see if they add simpler emotes, as those are typically the ones that I tend to use in these types of games. I don't typically use the dances as much as I use like the thumbs up or the thumbs down or like the crying emojis or emotes. So we'll see if they just teased us some of the dances and not the emotes that like the simpler emotes. Again, I'm excited to finally get emotes in the game. It's going to be fun. Also, one more thing I almost forgot. They are doing an audio improvement to this update as well. I think the audio currently is really good comparatively to a lot of games. And I'm really hoping that this new update doesn't make that any worse or come with any bugs or hitches. But as of right now, all we know that they are doing is reducing the gun sounds and explosions. Now, I hope that doesn't mean that it's going to be explosions and gun sounds that you can hear in the distance. But from what it looked like in the review is that it's gun sounds you are making and explosions nearby. So right on. I think that if that's all that's touched, it's going to be a magnificent. That about wraps up this overview of the Super People Revolution update. Anything else I hear more, I will make sure to drop in a pinned comment, so make sure you check down in the comments. And if you like this and want to see more Super People content, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching.